Hey there, welcome. Welcome to Rise and Receive. This is an opportunity in your day to stop whatever you're doing and take some time to explore how to receive your fulfillment by unlearning struggle. So today I'm going to talk about the real reason you're not surpassing your limits. So if you want to take a moment to think about where in your life do you feel like you've only ever been able to go so far? Maybe it's professionally and you've wanted to have a career upgrade, a promotion, a better job. Maybe you've been struggling with food, body, beauty, wellness issues. You have symptoms or you want to lose weight or you just can't seem to commit to that next level of an exercise regime that feels good or fitness plan or something like that. Maybe you have wanted to have a fulfilling romantic relationship and it just hasn't happened for you yet. No matter what you try, no matter how many books you read, no matter how many dating sites you go on or get fixed up by friends, whatever your upper limit issue is, I want to talk about the real reason you're not surpassing your limits. So, if you have approached all of these upper limit issues by trying to figure it out, get more knowledge, study more, maybe if it's, a professional upper limit thing, there's like a strategy thing or an entrepreneurial path where you're looking for knowledge and tactics and strategies, or what's the problem I need to solve, or you've put in enough time, you feel like you've paid your dues and it still isn't happening, then I think you're going to like what we're going to talk about today. So if you don't know me, my name is Sonia Miller. I'm a speaker, coach, and best-selling author, and I help goal-oriented, hardworking people to see the blind spots that keep them from receiving their long overdue rewards. And I do this by teaching the distinct and results-producing skill set that I call receiving. Now, a blind spot occurs when your current point of view hides an essential insight. And your blind spots and your point of view are so important to surpassing your upper limits, because in my world, everything that I coach around is based on this assumption that your consciousness, your inner world, creates your reality. And a receiving blind spot occurs when you're operating more as a human doing, which hardworking, goal-oriented people do. We know how to do a lot. We know how to figure things out and take action. When you're operating more as a human doing versus a human being. And when you tap into the skill set of what it is to be a human being, like this whole inner terrain that is so powerful, and you know how to navigate it and how to tap into your power, all kinds of things can come in. You can receive all sorts of things that could never come in before when you were over-relying on doing. So let's go into today's blind spot. Today's blind spot is what I call the fix-it blind spot. And I've talked about it in a variety of different videos and different contexts, but I think you're really going to like what we're going to talk about today when it comes to the real reason you're not surpassing your upper limits. So, the main thing that I'd like to say is if you've done all of the problem solving, you've put in your dues and all of that, and it still hasn't happened for you, then the blind spot, when it's a fix-it blind spot, means that you're looking at everything through there's a problem to solve. Now, I've talked about before how when your consciousness is there's a problem to solve, you keep manifesting more problems. But there's another thing that happens when you're in fix-it mode, which is what the human doing does. It has to do with your relationship to pain and discomfort. A lot of people, I'd say pretty much every client I've ever had that had an upper limit issue who's tried everything from a tactical perspective and it still wasn't getting them where they wanted to go, it had to do with their relationship to pain and discomfort. Now, when you're in fix-it mode, which is something that we learn to do and it gets reinforced, then we're all about avoiding pain. So we will avoid pain, we'll run away from pain, we'll dodge pain. And what happens is that then becomes our upper limit. And it's one of the things that is really the core of most self-sabotage. And it's so unconscious and so deeply ingrained that we just keep doing the same thing over again. We keep banging our head against the wall. Now, when you shift from fixing to nurturing, You then develop the skill set that allows you to relate to pain and discomfort, not only in a way that feels infinitely more better and infinitely more soothing, but that literally dissolves the upper limit. Because one of the things that I like to say is, if you are stuck, if you are struggling, if you can't get beyond that upper limit, it's because you're not receiving something. So learning to receive your fulfillment isn't just this like airy-fairy idea about how do I receive, how do I let it all in when the good is happening. You also get to learn how to receive the things you don't want, the things that cause you fear, pain, anxiety. Instead of running away from it, avoiding it, suppressing it, dodging it, which means you're not receiving what's here now, which is pain and discomfort. If you get to the point where pain and discomfort is what life is giving you, and you're like, stop, run away, then what happens is you've just blocked the flow. But when you really learn how to relate to pain and discomfort with empowerment and wisdom, which is so much of what we learn to receive. This has happened every time with my clients. It's happening right now in my Focus and Flourish program. 50% of the clients in that program are focusing on nurturing. And just by learning how to receive the things that have caused them pain and discomfort and tune into their needs and receive their needs, they start to become able to receive their wants. And it's showing up with money, it's showing up with opportunity, it's showing up with greater intimacy in relationships, it's showing up as sales, and it's happening fast. It's incredible. So, if you have been hitting an upper limit issue and you've tried all of the problem solving approaches till the cows come home, then the real reason you haven't been able to surpass it is because you need to shift from fixing to nurturing. That's the upper limit issue. And when you learn how to do it, ALI, which is the receiving method, 3-step method, it is so simple, so powerful, just requires a little bit of practice. When you start to practice that as a way of receiving pain and receiving discomfort and nurturing and soothing, which just becomes a new way of relating to aspects of yourself, it makes all kinds of things possible. And things shift quickly because there's zero resistance. I always like to say, what you resist persists, what you receive invites new possibilities. So, what inspired today's message is this card from the Receive Oracle card deck, which is right here. You can get that at receiveCardDeck.com on Amazon. It'll take you there and you will instantly be able to have your own deck. I shouldn't say instantly, but as soon as you get your deck, you can start to learn about receiving principles that open the flow gates. And today's card is Nurture Yourself. It comes from the suit called Receive with Ease. There's a whole suit that delivers these principles that teach you the basics of how to receive with ease. So here's the mantra that you can take into your day that really taps into the power of nurturing when there's pain and discomfort versus fixing. And here it is. Let me just show it to you. There it is. Nurture yourself. When you're hitting an upper limit issue, instead of trying to problem solve, you can stop and notice and say this instead. I am willing to receive simply because I exist. That's what nurturing is about. Nurturing is you receive everything as sacred. You receive attention, availability, soothing, compassion from yourself, for yourself, not because you earned it, not because you worked hard, not because you finally solved the problem, but simply because you exist. Your consciousness is, I'm receiving from myself simply because I exist. And this consciousness creates your reality. You start receiving things you couldn't receive before simply because you exist. So I hope you like this. I hope this gave you something to play with. Take that mantra. If you liked it, please please share. It helps me reach the people that I'm here to serve. If you're on YouTube, click the red subscribe button. And if you would like to start receiving virtually right now, because it just takes a few next steps, some next steps you can take are go get the Receive Oracle cards or consider joining me for the 30-day challenge. 15 minutes a day a micro teaching via video every day for 30 days. Go see what people are receiving once they take on this path. It's so powerful. You get to discover how to receive by doing nothing and simply being. Go to receivechallenge.com, check it out, and I will see you at the next Rise and Receive. Have a great day. Bye-bye.